everybody.
Hold on.
Hang on.
We're going to start recording because we want to capture
start
that.
now. I'd like to welcome you all to the meeting and thanks very much for coming.
Again, I'm going to have to stop it there.
I'm Chairman Terry. This is Nick.
Look,
Oh, sorry, this is Neil,
I
the
understand that
General
you're chairman,
Manager.
but this is our meeting.
And this is
We
Kevin,
need
the
to start
General
off
Manager.
with respect for each other. So
Nick?
can you please show
No,
me?
Neil.
Neil. This is Kevin.
Well, you're Kevin.
This is
Oh,
Kevin.
I'm HR manager, yeah.
Would I get say your names for the recording, please?
My name's Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Nick Gardner, branch secretary.
I'm here at ULR. I'm Donna, I'm the ULR.
Good, that's much better. Sorry, go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, I'm just saying, obviously, the meeting seems to have got to a bit of a weird start. If we can all agree, some mutual respect to each other across both sides of the table, we are here to work together. We're not fighting against each other, we're here for the benefit of our members and your staff. If we can bear that in mind, that's our number one priority here. Do we all agree? Everyone agree with that?
Yes.
Gentlemen, do you agree with that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that goes without saying.
Then now I'll hand over to our branch secretary, the chair of the meeting.
Right, now you're aware of the proposals. We'd like a learning centre to be used more fully than what it currently is. And the ULRs would like to give their case for the need for the centre. So if there's no objections, I'll hand you back to Steve.
Yeah, and Nick, I'm sorry to interrupt, but we've got an agenda here. We like the agenda. We want to work with you on the agenda. The first thing I see is learning issues for the reps. Is this what we're going to discuss now?
Yeah,
Yes, that's the first part of the agenda.
Thank you. Sorry, I've appeared to be a bit thick. I just want to make sure that we cover all your issues, because in the spirit of partnership, we want to make sure that we're working together for this. Is that right?
We're all fully aware exactly what.
So we're going to discuss now the learning issues for reps, yeah? Sorry.
The first point.
Yeah, fantastic.
Okay, so if I hand you over to Steve, as it is lead ULR, he will go through, and I will act as chair and make notes.
We've got to record it.
We don't need to take notes, it's all been recorded.
No, not to be taken
It's
anyway.
entirely your choice.
Okay, so obviously, yeah, number one on the agenda, learning issue for reps.
I just interrupted you there. You're both fully trained ULR reps, aren't you?
Yes.
So how could there be possibly any training issues?
Well, that's what we're about to discuss.
You're both fully trained, surely
Because you need ongoing skills.
ongoing professional development.
Yeah.
That's a good buzzword, that sounds good to me, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, well, we do what we call continuous personal development. So, priority is obviously the members, but we do look after ourselves on the training side of things as well. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to deliver the services to the members.
Looking after ourselves, that's not a good. I'm doodling because if you hear things like looking after ourselves, what does the sound?
Well, you can't forget yourself in these things. I mean, you can put a negative spin on it, but it's all positive really. It just depends on whether your glass is half full or half empty. Personally, I like to think that I can fill it up again at any time. So, first of all,
Moving on.
we're talking about release down for ULRs. Obviously, it's all been done on an ad hoc basis. We've made comments during the meeting that the room is empty a lot of the time. That's because we don't really have the formalised release to be in here doing the work that's necessary to upskill the staff. So we do have a lead ULR who's currently on the day shift, which is myself, and we have two other ULRs, which is Anya and Donna, who are on the B shift and the C shift. We're looking at
Sorry,
go on.
which shifts? Which shifts?
well, I'm on days, which is the A shift,
Yeah.
and Anya's on the B shift.
Yeah.
And
What's the
Donna's on
hours?
C shift.
I thought we had two shifts.
Well, we're open
This company.
24/7, so it's an 8-hour shift.
Yeah, but what are the hours of attendance?
6 to 2, 10, 10, 6. I mean, this is your company, sir.
No, just make sure you know.
Most of the HR is keeping abreast of the situation.
Yeah, so I'm rather surprised because I was of the impression we only had two shifts, and they the main one was 7 till 3. We seem to have changed the start time.
So you seem to have changed the shift pattern of the company without us being aware of it.
I think we could check,
That's only at
We
that.
can provide evidence. the 3 shifts.
No, it would seem to be that you're talking about the Carlton building.
No, both
which
sides.
you're coming out of.
It's both sides. That's how it's always run. It may not say it in the...
I'm more than happy to take
Well,
your word for it.
yes, yeah.
If I have some
There's a minor
information,
point.
I'm more than happy to take your word for it. If it's wrong, we can finalise
So,
things out.
so just to recap, we've got 2 shifts and 3 learning representatives, albeit 1 lead and 2. So that's, you've got 2 shifts and 3 learning representatives. Yeah.
That is
Brilliant.
correct.
3
Thank you.
shifts. We've actually
But anyway,
documentation of the wish
moving
for
on,
it.
obviously, back to the points and plans.
Yeah.
Release time for the OLRs. Now, we all know how important the OLR role can be in both improving life and job skills. It is in your benefit as well as our benefit and the members' benefit. It's a win-win-win situation for everybody. If we put a little time in now, help everybody out, the business will prosper because of it.
What about the non-members? Surely they're included in this as well, aren't they? It's not just for CW members, it's for...
Well, currently it is just for CW members, but it's something that we can look at going
See,
forward.
that's what
Are you,
we're
are
looking
you
at.
sure that's right? Because my understanding of this is that as far as learning facilities are concerned, learning facilities should be open for everybody actually, regardless of whether
Well,
you're a
yeah, I
member
think-
or not.
I agree with you completely there, but
Well, can you clarify that?
we cannot justify as a union to our member putting in more time for non-members when our time is limited as it is, as I'm saying, we're talking here about release time. If we're only doing that on an ad hoc basis, how can we justify getting time to speak to non-members when we can't deal with our members?
Well, I think perhaps you should go away, take that as an action, just to clarify whether or not you should be extending the learning
I
services
just
to
gave a record,
non-members.
once you pass me the record and we will act on
Brilliant.
it.
Okay, so you can take that as an action, Steve.
Thank you
So,
very much. But back,
It's
again,
important,
back to
really.
the question hand over release time.
yeah. Okay.
It does seem to be something that you are passionate and informed about, to be honest with you. So, do you see a problem going forward?
Well, yeah, because we would like the learning to be open to everyone within the site, not just union members. We think that's discriminatory. We feel that is discriminatory. And as a business, we want everybody within the business to be able to
Well, I mean,
be
go
educated. And I would say,
that is our plan as well. As
I
you
would
can
say
see from the
under
agenda that we
equality
sent
law, I should think
we
we'd
are
be
looking
breaking
at
equality
opening
law
up
by
the
discriminating
lane
against
to
those
much greater
people.
scope.
You see, Kevin will tell you shortly, as part of this discussion, that we're embarking on a fantastic new project called Future.
Fit for future.
Fit for Future. And Kevin will tell you about what we want to do with our staff. So I think this is a good point, Kevin, for you to outline that programme.
If you don't mind, I mean, that is something that we can move on to in a minute. But we
No,
are
it's not,
actually
Stu, it's not,
discussing
No,
because
no.
it's key to this. You asked for time, we're going to tell you how you're going to get
How are you
that
going to
time.
achieve getting that time?
If it's
But this is something that
relevant,
actually, you know what? We're actually both on the same page here, right?
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, if it's something that's relevant, I am happy to listen.
There's
But
just a little bit of
as long as we
detail
are staying
and
on
you might
topic.
be able to glean something from it which may help your case. As part of our family's company restructuring, the Castleton site, as you know, is due to close in between 6 and 9 months. Now that date's not set in stone. It is flexible, and as soon as we have a full date, we'll let your IR rep know, who will in turn share it with you. We hope for a smooth transition of the Castleton site to Halbscott and a full integration with the workforce when introducing the new working practices. And to that end, a lot of them will need new skills. By closing the Castleton site, there will be one of the training facilities closing, obviously. And due to this, we're not prepared to put any more backing into that one site for a reason it is closing. Any and all resources will need to be concentrated then at Halbscott to make it one training centre, the best it can be. That's what we're aiming for. We're quite happy to continue with our current level of support for the Learning Centre training room. We may be willing later on, and it will be later on once the restructuring has taken place, we will be willing to look at further improvements that could be made to the room, but this would be subject to all things being agreed, and it would, I believe, be of mutual benefit to all concerned. And I think you need to take that into account whilst we're discussing things here.
No,
We're going to lose 50% of the training, ultimately, and we want to improve the other 50%, but it's a two-way street.
Yeah, we're all here to improve.
You see, Stu, we're in a dilemma here because, as Terry is going to outline in a minute, you know, we're downsizing the business to meet the new challenges. We're getting some new equipment in. A lot of it is automated equipment. Actually, it requires probably a different, I would say probably a high level of skill set to operate.
But if you don't mind, are we downsizing or are we making it more efficient?
We're going to downsize the number of staff.
Hand in hand,
Yes,
I think you're fine.
it's unfortunate. However, what I find difficult, and this is where we've been thrown into turmoil really, is that with the vote of last week, we're unclear as to where our business is going. And bear in mind, a lot of our business, as you well know, is in Europe. I'm absolutely staggered that you know, we support you, the CW, 100% on your stance to remain in Europe. We're absolutely staggered, and we have to re-evaluate some of the assumptions that we've made. And one of those assumptions is that we can continue to provide the same level of employment. I don't think that's the case. However, fit for future means that we want a highly skilled, highly trained workforce, and we want you to help with that.
Yeah,
Is that right?
We want you actually, we want the training centre to be at the heart of upskilling our workforce. We want a highly motivated, highly skilled workforce, and we want to be a holistic approach. Sorry, I'm still speaking. We want it to be a holistic approach. We want them.
I understand you used to get me on my, but this is a discussion.
But I'm still speaking. You can come in at the end. I don't mind that, but don't interrupt me.
Then if you don't mind me asking, could you please do the same for me and all my fellow representatives?
Anyway, so we want a highly motivated workforce, and in that holistic approach that we're looking to take now, we want to professionalise the training. We want to look at a whole body, so we're looking at their fitness, because there's been a lot of illness here, and we want to have you look at why they're off ill. Why are they off ill? Is it stress? How can we reduce the stress? Is that going to be increasing their fitness levels? Can we perhaps half off the learning room and put a gym in there?
Can I just say, if we stuck to the point that we were trying to make in the
No, but this is.
then we will cover off these issues that you're talking about.
Yeah,
but as it stands, you upskilling your workforce, we
It's our
totally agree with
workforce.
that.
It's our workforce.
That's really good, because the upshot for you guys, right, there is a big upshot here, is that we've been discussing this. We think if you can demonstrate to us how good the training and how good you can improve the workforce, you know what? We're going to put in a training centre, and you guys could be running that in a managerial position in not so many years' time.
Can I just say, we
need to get back to the points
here.
that we were trying to make in the first place, rather than going
I understand
past.
all of your concerns, Edmund, but the points are all linked. That's why the water's maybe getting a little bit muddy. If we go through them in a clear, concise manner, every single point that you've raised so far will be covered.
Brilliant. That's good.
We're
all ears.
We're going somewhere, aren't we?
We're all ears. We're here to listen.
So, as I requested earlier, then, if we can go to point 1 and talk about release time.
Well,
obviously, this learning centre isn't going to magically appear out of nowhere until some hard work is going to have to be put into it.
Well, as we've already, sorry, it's a release thing. We've had a look at your learning agreement, and it's laughable, isn't it?
Well, it is based one and it is open for negotiation.
We're quite
If you
adverse
have
with the
something that
ACAS
you
code.
want to
When we had a look at the ACAS code, we're uncomfortable with a number of issues on it, because some of the stuff we do in this site is quite sensitive, so we don't really want visitors on the site. The learning room is for everybody who works here.
Moving off topic, tell you how I hate to push this point, but we are moving off topic. Yeah.
We're not talking the learning centre, we're talking about the use of the learning centre. How's that off topic?
In, which is point 4 and 5, at the moment it's point 1.
Well, I'll tell you what, save any confusion, Terry, because, you know, we're here to listen.
Okay,
We'll
yeah.
just sit back and you tell us
then what do you
exactly
want.
what you want.
Just, look, can we just say, can we put release onto the back burner? Because you're going straight for a release, but you haven't even told us what you want to do, what you want to release for. So you tell us what you're going to do, and then we can discuss release.
Haven't been
Because
told what we want
you
to
say you
discuss
want,
because we haven't discussed it yet.
yeah, but you're putting the cart before the horse. You're saying about the release before you want to even say what you want to do.
Could we say, Terry, I think, you know, have you covered off point 1, learning issues for reps?
Well, we've been trying to, but we haven't had
No,
the
but,
opportunity.
yeah, all right, we don't need the rhetoric. Have you covered it off?
No, not yet.
Right, so should we cover that off?
I thought
And then
we had
after
to
that,
do
we'll
it.
move to the
Yeah,
learning.
that's good.
Thank you. Over to you then, Steve.
Okay. So, back to point 1.
Who's calling Stu?
Steve, sorry, apologies. I don't get on a shop floor very often.
We've noticed. So, talking about release time for you last. If I can just pass you these round, this is a
This is what, point 2, is it?
Point 1.
Point 1.
Yeah, here we go.
Right,
So
got
this
it.
is just a snapshot of one of our ULRs for the end of January to the beginning of March,
Which one's that?
when they became a ULR, and at the beginning of February, that burn for the training. So obviously there's some figures there right at the bottom, there's the time that to put in. Obviously with the training was quite extensive, it comes to 70 hours, 45 minutes over what's basically a 2-month period. And this is just training and
But
the
is
time
this
that
when
we're getting now.
when the learning room wasn't being used?
Well, yeah, I'm explaining.
That makes nearly 2 weeks in 2 months.
It is a lot of time, yeah. Obviously, as I've said, the training was extensive. It wasn't done in the learning centre because you can't train yourself to be a ULR, you have to go in a course. Somebody has to train you. So,
But once you train, you train.
yeah. So obviously at the bottom on page 2, there's the figures broken down for you. So there's the total with the training, the total minus training. Without the training, it comes to 23 hours 45 minutes. And of her own personal time, 10 hours 48.
And can I just ask, what period of time was this over? 70 hours, you said, yeah?
With the training, yes.
70 hours, but over how long?
The dates are there from the 26th of March to
Yeah.
the 26th of January to the 30th of March.
Right, so basically, yeah. And which learning rep did this apply to?
Was it done?
Yeah,
Is that you, Don?
Or not,
Yes.
just you are?
How was the course?
it was good.
So obviously without the training, it comes to a total of 23 hours 45 minutes. You were kind enough to provide her with 12 hours 56 minutes of ad hoc release to do of an evening in the learning centre. Obviously you didn't see her there at that time because I'm assuming gentlemen of your stature would not be on the night shift. Personal time that she's had to put into that is 10 hours 48 minutes. Now what we're asking for the likes of Donna and Anna is 1 hour a week. Now what this equates to is 3 hours a week for their own
So,
personal time.
Excuse me,
Oh, well, total time put into the other Kevin.
would that be 1 hour for each of you per week?
1 hour for Donna and 1 hour for Anna.
What about yourself?
Myself, we're looking for 5 hours a week.
Okay, thank you.
Obviously this is just an example of the standard ULR diary. So we'll fill
Can I
in
just,
these out.
I just want to make sure it's absolutely clear, Terry.
Yeah.
It's important. You're asking, this is the premise of your request. Anya gets 1 hour per week.
That's correct.
Donna gets 1 hour per week.
Correct.
You get 5 hours per week.
That's correct.
Right.
Obviously we're looking at that as...
You already get some release time anyway, don't you?
Obviously we're looking at that with ad hoc when necessary on top. We're all looking to get the staff upskilled with the obstacles that are coming in the future. We are prepared to be flexible on this, which is why we're looking for ad hoc when necessary and we're asking for such a small amount of time for the ULRs. Because basically it is a small amount of time.
Is this it?
Sorry?
That's your request, that's it.
Not quite.
Right.
Can I just ask, sorry, just, when you said mention ad hoc, what sort of notice period are you looking to give for ad hoc?
Oh, well, that will always be as much as possible as
No,
soon as we get
yeah, but how much though? Because we're looking sort of like minimum notice periods. So what
Well,
would
what are
be?
you looking at? What would you need to
Well,
to
with
organise on shift?
the way the shift patterns are worked out over a month in advance, we would need probably a month's notice for if you want some release.
I think 2 weeks is probably more
Yeah, I mean,
realistic.
But then I think Kevin got issues with that with the HR, haven't you, Kevin? Because
Yeah, it's just
because
at short notice. It's just trying to fill your spot. We're going to have to bring in agency staff at short notice, extra costs to the unit.
if we can define short notice, a month is not short notice. A month is quite
With,
long.
within the scheme of the company.
we're going to have to take a recess with this because this is something because this
Okay.
ad hoc release.
We've got shocked,
Before
actually.
you go, just
Yeah,
consider.
Go and have a discussion.
Yeah.
Can I just take one more moment of your time before you take a recess? One of the other things that we were going to suggest is setting up a steering committee. So if you want to consider that while you're out there discussing, and we'll carry on with this point and move on to that when we come back in.
Yeah, let's go and have a discussion. Sorry about this, but I just want to, iron out a few things.
Take as much time as you want.
Thank you.
And we'll start recording from there.